여러분 안녕, S입니다. And today we're doing a reading for Hyunjin from Stray Kids. And if you know me, you know I love some Stray Kids. So, let's see what his first card up is. Ooh, Robin Goodfellow is first. He's all about fun and good-hearted mischief. Like, the kind that doesn't cause any problems or hurt anybody. But he's also a card about adventures, new experiences, entertainment, which is literally his job, and also celebrations. Now, I love Stray Kids. I do not know their personalities well enough to know if this card could represent him or maybe one of the other guys, because this could be a person who is fearless, witty, unpredictable, always ready for fun and excitement, which I think is most young people. I mean, not me. I mean, I was always old. Even when I was young, I was old. But for Hyunjin, I like this adventures, new experiences thing, especially since he's young and most things in life are going to be a new experience for him. Let's see what the next one is. Ooh, okay. The Fire Drake is next. This is a card that indicates a desire for change, which could line up well with Robin, right? Maybe this change is what brings him new experiences as he grows and changes as a person. It's inevitable. We all go through it. Maybe he wants to try something new, something different. Because the Drake is about opportunities and inspiration, passion, a cycle of great creative energy. So maybe he's wanting to create something that's new for him. Whether it's, I don't know, again, if he does solo things. I focus like on Stray Kids as a whole. But maybe that's what it is. Or maybe he's working on something for the group. Let's see what the next is. Ooh, okay. The next one is this bright white cow up here, because it's one of those names I cannot say on these cards. And this cow indicates nurturing and unselfish love. Like the one kind of love like parents have for kids, or when I get this for idols or groups, I'd like to think it's the love they have for fans and that the fans have for them. It's a very nurturing and unselfish kind of thing. The fans are here to support their idols, So it could be that, comfort, support, caring. So that could be an indication of his relationship with fans. Maybe he's good at communicating with fans, or maybe he's a fan favorite. I don't know. My bias is Felix, and I feel like everybody's bias is Felix, but I don't know. This could even be like his situation with the other guys in the group. That kind of family connection, that family type of love, right? Next, Azrai. Azrai indicates having a choice. And trusting your conscience, trusting your instincts, and any choices that present themselves to him, he needs to carefully examine and consider all the outcomes of, and make sure that they have like long-term benefits, not just immediate, blink and they're gone sort of benefits, And I feel when you work in his kind of industry, you probably already know that. Make sure you're making choices that benefit you sustainably in the long run, and not the ones that just benefit you now, because those are essentially useless. So yeah, maybe if he's working on something, if he's trying to create something, maybe it opens up some opportunities for him. Last one. This old dude on the moors. This card is about success. Not through material gain, but through the satisfaction of a job well done. So if he's creating something, he'll be fulfilled by it just by having done it well. If it's something he hasn't done before or tried before, sometimes that, is more fulfilling and means more than, material possessions, or financial things. So it'd be like, look what I did. I didn't think I could do it, but I did it. So maybe he's working on something that maybe leans towards his personal growth too, which is very possible. This card also could represent helpful friends. So maybe if he is working on himself or working on something creative, maybe he, reaches out and taps a friend to help him. It's very possible. Let's see what the next pile is. Ooh, first up, Ace of Swords, clarity and sound decision making. Interesting, especially since we had that card previously. Azrai, about making choices. It's also a card about a breakthrough, opportunities, new energy, being motivated, and encourages maybe taking brainy or communicative approaches towards things. Being clear, this is important, being clear on his personal truth every step of the way. And I think that's important for everybody. Being true to yourself is important because that's how you maintain your happiness and personal fulfillment. And it's going to help you grow as a person, and learn who you are. This is a sidetrack. If you know Joan Crawford, the old Hollywood actress, she said once that, by the way, Joan Crawford was not her birth name. It wasn't her married name. It was her stage name. She once said that she had been Joan Crawford for so long that she didn't know who she was anymore. Joan Crawford was a persona created, by Hollywood for her. Her real name was Lucille something. And she wasn't true to herself, so she lost herself. So we all have to make sure that that doesn't happen to us, because it is very easy to look at the world and be like, oh, this is the person they want me to be. This is the person they expect me to be. And then we lose sight of who we are, and then we're miserable. And she said she felt like she was always on, that celebrity term, on, like they're always acting, they're always putting on a show for people. And that's miserable. I would hate that. I think most people would hate that. So in his line of work, he falls in line with that Joan Crawford range of making sure you're being you, not the stage version of you, because then you forget who you are. Not that I think in today's day and age, well, I mean, they do have stage personas, but I think we see maybe celebrities or idols more like people, so it's less likely to happen. But I think that people in the spotlight are always kind of worrying about what they're putting out there for people to see. So, but other than that, this card, as I went on a weird side tangent about personal identity, I think because we got that card about choices, he knows how to make smart choices, I think. But even this being a breakthrough, maybe he has a breakthrough on what he wants to create, or who he wants to be, things like that. Because he's young, right? He's in his early to mid 20s. He's probably still actually on his own, trying, figuring out who he is, Because, I think people do that their entire lives. You go to grave not fully knowing who you are, but because we're multifaceted creatures, you're learning something new about yourself maybe every day. But let's see what the next one is. The moon in reverse. Okay, the moon in reverse is about overcoming fear, um, conquering anxiety, gaining clarity, which we see with the Ace of Swords. So if he's dealing with any of that, maybe he's working through that. Um, yeah, anything he's nervous about. Maybe if he's working on himself, and this kind of goes back to what I said, like with Joan Crawford. If he's working on himself and he wants to share himself with the world, which he does as a job, maybe he's afraid of how the world will perceive him, which I think is something we're all worried about, you know? Um, but this card, if anything's bothering him, you know, anxiety, fears, totally normal things that everybody experiences in life, this card in reverse promises brighter days coming, right? So I think he's maybe moving out of that energy, which is really great, and maybe creating some new things or working on personal things, whether it's for him or for the group. I don't know, but we'll see. Queen of Swords in reverse. This card indicates really that maybe he's depending too much. This really goes hand in hand with the other two cards that we just had, which again is something that I think everybody does, especially in the industry he's in and like the celebrity industry as a whole. This card indicates perhaps depending too much on the opinions of others. And the judgment of others, and that maybe causes some hesitation when it comes to making decisions, because that could cause you to choose things that don't benefit you but benefit everybody else. You know what I mean? So he might be like a people pleaser, which isn't great because like he's still a people and needs to please himself. That sounds weird. But he has to make sure he's happy too. He can't, you know, maybe he's one of those people that focuses on others. Oh, I was going to say, you know how like a mom puts herself last and worries about her kids first? And we had that card in pile 1, that familial love, that unselfish love like a parent has for their child. Is that him? Is he one of those people that's making sure everybody else around him is like comfortable and happy and okay and worrying about himself last? Is that what this is? Maybe that's what this is. Oh. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's just like yesing everybody and making sure everybody else has what they need and what they want and that they're happy and like pushing himself to the back. You'll have to let me know because I told you personality wise I don't know these people. Like that's not good. You have to take care of yourself and you have to fulfill yourself, especially at his age. He's young, you know. But I was kind of one of those people. You know, if somebody needs something and I have it and I only have like I need it, but if somebody else needs it, I'll be like, here, you take it. I don't need it that bad. Here, you take it. You know? Maybe he's that kind of person. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's too much for others and not enough for himself. And maybe he's coming to realize he needs to start putting maybe a little bit more attention into himself. Because the Queen of Swords in reverse is about needing to be more confident and I want to say assertive, but that sounds really aggressive. But maybe like speaking up for himself in order to grow and be successful. And doing so will not have negative repercussions. It brings in more respect from others, you know? But like I said, I don't know. I don't know him enough to know if he's that kind of person. Hell, none of us might know. With stage personas, none of us might know. We don't know what goes on you know, in the practice rooms and stuff. Let's see. Let's see what the next one is. Two of Swords. Two of Swords is, again, about maybe having options, not knowing which direction you want to go in. And it really talks about biding your time and preparing yourself for the next step, whether it's something he wants to do professionally or, him personally in his own growth. This card says just be peaceful for a little bit. Do not take any immediate action. Contemplate things before taking the next step and making any decision, which I'm pretty sure I said in... Did I say that earlier? I can't remember now. But yeah, definitely making sure that he's not rushing into any options that are presented to him or anything like that. But let's see what the last one is. Ooh, the Fool. I like this one. The Fool is about adventure or new beginnings, which we go through many in our lives, new beginnings, as we age and grow and mature and discover who we are as people. But this indicates being on the verge of something unexpected and exciting. It'll be a rewarding experience that contributes to his growth as a person, which, with the Ace of Swords at the beginning and the breakthrough in clarity, this new adventure could just be him discovering a new part of himself or trying to express himself in a new way, whether it's through dance or songwriting or whatever he wants to do. Maybe even acting. I don't know if he does that. Maybe he'll want to if he doesn't already. Yeah, the change that the Fool brings is usually a welcome one, right? And maybe even calls a little bit to the risk-taking part of people. Don't do anything that's freaking insane, but maybe do something that's outside your comfort zone, type of thing. And really just talks about being open to new experiences, which, especially when you're in your 20s like him, that's really when people have a lot of their new experiences, right? Especially in his job, you can travel so much and go to new places and try new things and meet new people that you probably have the opportunity for this maybe more often than you realize. But let's see what the next one is. Ooh, okay. Next is the Four of Cups in reverse. This is about moving forward and taking action and following your passions and pushing yourself outside the box, which is what I just said with the Fool. So I think maybe he's reached a point where he's comfortable with himself and wants to express himself in a creative way. Right? And moving forward in that energy is going to prove to be very beneficial for him. It's going to, with this card, indicates positive change that will help him. Jeez. Sorry. That will help him freely express himself. Or, just embrace who he is, especially if he's got that mom energy. You know what I mean? That parent energy where it's like, everybody else first. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. But maybe, it could even be that he just wasn't ready to fully put himself out there or express himself or whatever. And maybe he is now, as he grows and matures and discovers who he is and what makes him happy. Let's see what the next one is. Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins is about prosperity, refinement, having a comfortable life. And seeing as we have all of these cards that are about maybe growth and all of those other things, if you're happy and fulfilled and you're true to yourself, good things come. Positive things come. If you're positive, positive comes back. You all know the saying, right? the Nine of Coins indicates prosperity in every area of life: career, finances, literally everything, personal growth. Um, and I think he is in like an industry to really help him, if he doesn't pull a Joan Crawford, he stays true to himself. He's in an industry that can really help him express who he is and help him learn who he is and give him the new experiences to help him discover that along the way. Let's see what the next one is. Queen of Wands. Okay, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about being energetic and self-assured and doing things wholeheartedly. Really, she says be confident. And maybe if he's not the most confident person, because, we had that moon in reverse. We had that, maybe puts others before himself energy. So that might mean he's a little bit shy or not the most confident of people. This card says even if you're not, fake it till you make it, you'll get there eventually. Because like I just said, put positive out, get positive back. She is kind of literally that card. Because she says the universe, the way it is designed, our thoughts create reality. So, it's like manifestation, Manifest who you want to be, and that's who you'll be, things like that. Focus on what you want, not anything that could possibly hold you back, even if it's anxiety or being nervous and things like that. And let me tell you, I would love to have his job, but I would also be terrified as hell all the time. Anyway, next one. Three of Swords in reverse: optimism, acceptance, perseverance. A story of triumph. Becoming a better person, through your personal growth and experiences. No longer allowing negativity to get the best of you. Which is good, because all of us, even the most positive of people, there's a little bit of lingering negative. We can't help it. That's how people work. But doing so, anything that's holding it back, whether it's like fear, nervousness, anxiety, what we saw with the moon, letting that go, or what I do, just ignore it to the best of your ability, helps move you forward and keep you going. Because I'm sure all if you let the negativity sink in, you're not doing nothing. It happens to the best of us. Anyway, the last one. Ooh, I like this one. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is about celebration, excitement, family unity. So this could be, again, the group. Celebration. So I think maybe he's working on himself, because that's kind of like Robin, who we saw first off, right? And again, new adventures, which the Fool's kind of about event. I don't know what Stray Kids is doing, so I don't know like if they're going around places or doing anything like that. Touring? I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard anything, but yeah. This card, the Four of Wands, indicates feeling confident, even with the Queen of Wands, maybe faking it a little bit if he needs to. But Four of Wands, he is on the right path. He's doing all the right things for his personal growth and development. And I feel like overall that's what this reading is. Maybe he's in a period of personal growth and development. And it's going to come out good. Because he's got good cards, Nothing bad, nothing negative. Maybe moving on from any negative that's managed to seep its way in, anxiety, which you can't help, and depression, which you can't really help. If that's going to happen, it's going to happen, and you don't see it coming most of the time as somebody with depression. It just dawns on you eventually, something seems off. But, I think he's maybe going through like a personal evolution, which at his age is, I think, the norm. In your 20s, when you're grown and you're discovering the world and yourself and meeting new people and doing new things. So I think he's evolving as a person, and it's going to bring him a lot of opportunity and lots of good outcomes, lots of celebrations and excitement, and confidence, which is good. I like that. Anyway, this has been Hyunjin's reading. If you liked it, please do all the obligatory YouTube things, and I will see you next week. Bye.